Good? Good. Okay. Okay. Hi, I'm Faith Aldenbarker, and I'm terrified. Can I just say, this entire thing, a group of strangers, a group of teenagers, learning to communicate our feelings, and not only that, but to share them with our peers. And not only that, but to become a community of positivity to strengthen one another as we do. This is not a moment, it's a movement. I want to know where the brother with something to prove went. And I'm afraid I've missed my chance. See, I've waited my entire life for a moment like this, to speak and be heard. But with every letter I typed, I felt your eyes watching, and it crippled me into sarcasm. But now you can see me, and this is my last chance. So I'm going to tell you who I am. And not just my irrational fear of the dark. Or about me being a wimp when it comes to longboarding, because every time I decide to go down an even slightly larger hill, I wreck. I'm not going to explain to you the insanity that drives me back onto my board, because for some reason, I've convinced myself that the feeling of wind in my hair is the feeling of being alive. I've considered telling you about having to grow up too quickly when my parents got divorced. Or about my mother abandoning my family in the 8th grade. Or even the crippling depression that followed. The depression that has shaped my entire life. But I'm going to tell you about the greatest moment of my life. And that moment was the minute I decided to stop living for other people. It was the moment I decided I was okay with reading a book alone in the hallway at lunch. When being stuck inside my head started to show and my insides became my outsides, and like my mom says, it's kind of ugly and weird, but hey, that's me. My only friends right now are a group of 30 strangers in a group message. And at first, we were just using one another to gain new music, but after a while, we became more than that. We became a support group, among other things. All my friends were talking about getting high, and I'm lying on my floor listening to music with my big headphones on I'm too embarrassed to wear out of my house. Why? Because I need music like I need oxygen, like they need their drugs, and that kind of passion doesn't come without sacrifice. But soon they started talking about other things. When the anxiety and depression started to peek through, when the sadness and loneliness began to show, I jumped right in and I tried to lighten the load. Why? Maybe because these kids are just as screwed as I am. Maybe they're artistic and I fit in with that kind of crew. But that's not the real reason. It's because I've been there and I love them. And maybe that's why my life is so good. Because I love you. I loved you before your blogs. And even more so now. I know the insecurity high school brings. I know what it's like not to be beautiful, not to stand out. I also know what it's like to be the center of some people's universe, always forced to live up to these set expectations they have of you, even if they are not real. We know what high school is like because we are living it. And can I just say that you are doing amazing. You are doing amazing. You are still alive, and that in itself is a miracle. You are a miracle, and I am so proud of you. So take pride in yourself because you are strong. You have the power to make decisions even in uncontrollable situations. Whether you're the girl having an anxiety attack on the train or the football player that just won state, maybe you're the cheerleader waiting for your nightly makeout session because you're 17 and you know what love is. Or maybe you're none of those, or all of these. It doesn't matter because in 9 months, when we're all at different colleges, there's just one thing I want you to remember, and that is that you are loved. On the days when all hope seems lost, you are loved. In the moments when the sun shines brighter than any time you could ever remember, you are loved. And during those pointless, cell phone occupied, in between days, you, my friend, you are loved. Because you may not see me, but I see you. And you inspire me every day. Sincerely, your friend always, Bright Eyes.